This is Patrick the Attorney, and today I'm going to discuss how the state of California is trying to weaponize the First Amendment in order to kill your Second Amendment rights. What is your government up to now? Well, last year, AB 2571 passed legislation, and it prohibited any and all communications related to the marketing of firearms or firearm activities that, quote, might be attracted to minors. What did this law do? Well, one, it can fine that person up to $25,000 for each violation. What it basically does is it puts any gun range, gun association, outdoor camps, all FFL licensee instructors, and any youth organization in jeopardy every time they send out an email or place an ad. This law was slightly changed in the weeks following the passage, but it only complicated the situation. What's being done? The California Rifle and Pistol Association immediately moved to stop this law from being implemented. They filed a lawsuit known as a Junior Sports Magazine Incorporated versus Monta. And in October, the Central District of California denied a preliminary injunction. A preliminary injunction is asking the court to do something or to stop somebody from doing something before the final decision has been reached. The California Rifle and Pistol Association has now appealed that denial. In its most recent update, the California Rifle and Pistol Association's legal team then filed a briefing on the case, and in the briefing, they cited a host of First and Second Amendment tests that were simply not met by the new law. And they asserted that the merits of the challenge remain sound. The courts will hear oral arguments later in the summer. What does all this mean? Well, it means that there's a constant growing attack on the gun culture. If the gun-grabbing left can't control the young minds now, they can control their adult minds in 10 years. They never want to have a child exposed to safe gun practices, the handling of guns, the shooting, because if they can make them fearful now and not interested in guns, they could then hope that translates into them as adults not wanting their Second Amendment rights. Let's think about what this law exactly does. Ask yourself, does this make sense? There are already laws on the books that make it illegal to sell a gun to a minor. So ask yourself, why don't they just enforce those laws? According to the briefing by the California Rifle and Pistol Associations on this case, they identified it exactly as what it is. It's a good old-fashioned bait and switch. What the government's trying to do is they're trying to limit your First Amendment right in order to attack your Second Amendment rights. Again, the government's trying to limit the exposure that our youths have, and that would be any positive exposure they have with firearm events. They want our youth to be afraid of firearms. If you control a person's fear, you control the person.